Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. First of all, please consider liking, subscribing, and donating to the channel if you enjoyed any of the content. Hey, Deontay Wilder, right? This man has gone on record and said that he really is undefeated. Let me tell you something. There's a lot going on in Saudi Arabia. A whole lot going on out there. And I'm not sure what all took place this past weekend for the Jake Paul, Tommy Fury event. But something's definitely changed in Deontay Wilder. Now we know he's all about energy. He seemed very happy at the event. But Deontay Wilder went and he did an interview where he was grinning from ear to ear. And in the interview, he was talking about a lot of different things. But to keep this video short and sweet, right, there's just a few things that really jumped out to me. One is he said he could have fought in Saudi Arabia a long time ago, multiple occasions. But he wouldn't expound on why he didn't fight in Saudi Arabia. All he said was there are heavyweights that are afraid of him, afraid to fight him. And he was laughing. And then he went on to talk about how he really is undefeated. He was cheated. Now, we know that he feels that way, right? But you could have been a little misled seeing how he reacted to Tyson Fury this past weekend when Tyson Fury was shouting out the bomb squad thing. Now, that had me confused. But I think I have a better understanding because one of the teammates on the channel kind of directed me to the video that I'm talking about and was like, look, Deontay Wilder wasn't uncomfortable. Deontay Wilder didn't have nervous energy. He was caught off guard, but it wasn't something where Deontay Wilder felt like he was being forced to go out there and break the ice with Tyson Fury. And what he said was Deontay Wilder actually went on record and said he's really undefeated, and that him going to Tyson Fury was kind of one of those things like a weight's been lifted off of Wilder. So what Wilder said is while he was in Saudi, he was having a lot of meetings, business meetings. He was there with the prince. He was there with a lot of different people, right? He wouldn't really give a lot of specifics on who he was meeting with. But what he said is while he was there, people came to him and told him they know he was cheated in his 3 fights with Tyson Fury. Now, I get going, giving my opinion on, Kinahan, and we have fun with that topic. We get serious on that topic, and then we just sit here, man, and just kind of do a lot of kind of assuming and trying to piece things together to try to make sense of what the hell is going on in Saudi Arabia, all right? But I'm going to tell you right now, I get it. When I say Adrian Broner's not going to lie, I mean that. Adrian Broner's not going to lie. A lot of people tell me, why in the world would you listen to Adrian Broner? And I can understand that. I can understand where they're coming from. But with Deontay Wilder, right? Are we saying the same thing about Deontay Wilder now? He's in Saudi. We have all these suspicions about what's going on in Saudi Arabia. And Deontay Wilder comes out of Saudi with like a weight lifted off of him. Like finally, someone believes his claims that there was foul play. But he wouldn't say who brought that to him. Now, this is how I see it. Depending on who he's meeting with, they're trying to line up a couple fights for Deontay Wilder, possibly in Saudi Arabia, right? That's what it looks like. Could be 3 fights, 2 definitely in Saudi Arabia. Maybe whoever told him that they know he was cheated, right? Maybe that's a way to bring his guard down and to get him to commit to fighting in Saudi and helping to bring attention to Saudi Arabia, and to help put Saudi Arabia in a positive light. Now, Deontay Wilder went on to expound actually to the framework of what the Saudis have in place and how he and look, every boxer they talked to over there, they were saying Saudi Arabia is the future of boxing, and that this is a place where fighters need to be. Everybody was saying that. Now, of course, I say, hey, look, it's propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Maybe someone's hands tied. They have to say certain things. There got to be some agreements, and I'm sure there's some kind of if you get an opportunity to say something, make sure one, you thank the prince, you thank the king, and say something positive about your experience over here. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, and with him speaking so positively about the framework they have in place, how he feels more fighters are going to come here, how the Saudis have it to where they talk to the fighter before the manager and promoter, they want to talk to the athletes. And when they do talk to the athletes, they're talking to them about the money they're going to offer them, etc., etc. And it's up to the athlete if they want to take that back to their manager and promoter. They have no obligation, because in Saudi Arabia, they promote their own fights because everything's promoted and done through the government, and managing, needing a manager and all that. That's not necessary, right? So all these things that we've seen that have been traditional roles that people play when it comes to a boxer, promoter, and manager, it sounds like that's becoming, or the way the Saudi Arabia has their construct in place, like those things can become obsolete. In turn, the fighter goes out there as the athlete. The government has control. The fighter makes all the money, not the promoter, not the manager, and not these other individuals who are involved. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, when I hear that, I got to say, hold your horses. Now, I'm not spun up on the government promoting fights and bringing fighters from out of country to come and promote it and set everything up. Now, I'm not opposed to change, but I'm going to tell you right now, I understand there's money over there in Saudi. I understand that they want to build a relationship. They want to have a conversation. Not just anybody can come to Saudi Arabia and think because you're this top athlete, especially in boxing, that you're going to make a whole lot of money. That's not how it works. But I'm going to tell you this. With Deontay Wilder, this whole thing with Tyson Fury, there could be a 4th fight. Wilder said he actually said something in an interview about there will be a 4th fight. Now, he also said something during an interview while he was sitting in the crowd. I almost want to play it, but, I don't want to steal anybody's stuff. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, they take that serious. But what I'll tell you is this. The lady asked him, was that the first time you seen Tyson Fury? And he said, yes, it's the first time since our trilogy. And then Deontay Wilder went and said, she said, how'd you feel? And he said, you know what? It was good to see everybody. And then he said, boxing is like a small fraternity. You know what I mean? Now I'm paraphrasing. So it was along the lines of, like he was just, and I'm paraphrasing now. Just basically, it was good to see everybody. That included Tyson Fury. Now, I'm going to tell you, right? What happened out there? What was in the Saudi water? Maybe somebody in Saudi spiked Deontay Wilder's drink in Saudi. Maybe Mark Breland was there somewhere, dressed in the traditional garb, chilling, and happened to have a spiked bottle with the juju in it, and slipped that on Wilder, and Wilder doesn't realize it. They had this man high as a kite, talking and saying things that's beyond most of our comprehension, who's been following the Wilder and Tyson Fury trilogy, all the fallout, all the excuses he's made, all of the suspicious activity with Tyson Fury, everything that encapsulates Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, 1, 2, and 3. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, the Kinahan, suspicions. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Dr. Usman Sajjad, suspicions, right? We know that there was a relationship there, but the suspicions about foul play, behind the scenes, in the ring, okay? And so I sit here with you right now, and I say, something happened out there that was so good for Deontay Wilder that this man came out of there saying, and he included Tyson Fury in this statement, but basically it was good to see Tyson Fury. And also, now remember, he said it's good to see everyone. That includes Tyson Fury, right? So it was good to see Tyson Fury, and that I'm really an undefeated fighter. Now, of course, I have an opinion on the Wilder, Fury, and all the craziness that, the last few years. But now I'm sitting here and I'm saying, what's going on? Now, I will say this, right? I need to really try to figure out what happened. Because if you have people coming to Deontay Wilder telling him they know Tyson Fury cheated. Now, if, let's just say Kinahan is involved, right? We don't know that. We suspect, but we don't know. We're just having a conversation, right? Allegedly, just a conversation, no proof. I don't want anybody having me, like they said, Blair Cobb up here apologizing to the world, right? But let's just say, that maybe Kinahan's somewhat involved with Saudi Arabia and things going on out there, and he's advising he still has a pulse on boxing in the Middle East, right? If he was involved, like a lot of people believe, and I have an opinion, I suspect there could have been some foul play. There's no proof, but I suspect Kinahan was involved with Fury in the Wilder fights. We know he was to a certain extent because Bob Arum was paying this man consultation fees. But if that's true, and Kinahan, right, like a lot of people think, and like we're here trying to make sense of it, and if he's involved with the Prince and Saudi and boxing coming to Saudi, right, why would they tell Wilder, we know you were cheated, if Kinahan had something to do with the foul play that took place in those 3 Wilder fights? So that makes me believe that maybe Kinahan isn't involved. So I'm not saying I'm back at square one, because I'm still going to finish those 4 or 5 videos that I want to get to. I'm just busy as hell with these kids. But what I'm bringing to you is there is so much more going on. So much more going on. And at the crux of all this, let me tell you, money is the root of all evil. And I'm not saying evil's taking place out there. I have a hunch. What I'm saying is, I understand Deontay Wilder wants to fight the hardest fights, the toughest fights, make the most money. But you're telling me that there's so much money being put on the table for Wilder. He didn't disclose an amount, but this is me. I'm assuming there's so much money being put on the table for Deontay Wilder that he's going to come out now and say he's happy to see Tyson Fury. He's going to come out now and say, yeah, there's going to be a 4th fight. he's going to come out now and say Saudi Arabia is where boxing is at, and it's the future of boxing. You know, I just find that odd. It's a complete 180 in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a person's supposed to still walk around here and carry anger towards somebody in their heart. I always believe, take a deep breath and blow it out. But if I believe you tried to kill me, if you dented my skull, right, and whatever else, okay, I just would have a tough time, no matter how much money someone's putting in front of me, to come down and shake somebody's hand and hug them and speak positively about love. It was good seeing them and come out there in that environment. I would have a tough time being happy in that environment. I don't care what's going on. Once I see that I mean, hey, I've gotten better over the years, but I still got, what's in you is in you. And some of those dormant, not so good qualities, they'll surface. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for me, and everyone's different. I couldn't be in the same area with somebody who I felt really tried to kill me, and definitely couldn't go up there and they're trying to call my name and shake their hand and all that. You couldn't get me to do it. The energy would be crazy in there because of what I'd be emitting. Like the air would be thick. I'm just telling you. Like I'm a nice guy. I'm very refined. I've come a long way, but there's just some things that are deal breakers. So long story short, more to come on Wilder. I'm about to do a video about the individual. He talked a couple names that he actually said. I was surprised that he's looking to fight. I'm going to talk about that right now in another video. But this whole thing with Deontay Wilder, he's saying he's undefeated. The people over there know he was cheated. I'm trying to make sense of it. He said it doesn't matter how big of a name you are. That doesn't mean they're going to give you money. They're going to pay you. And when he said that, because, we like to peel the layers back, did that mean, was he making a poke at Tyson Fury? Because, they didn't have, the fight's not being held in Saudi Arabia for Tyson Fury. Something happened. There's been a disconnect. So maybe there's more to it, because the Saudis didn't think Wilder was going to come to Saudi Arabia. But Wilder showed up. Prince Khalid wanted him there. But Wilder, he wasn't going to go because he was concerned about the energy and stuff like that. But, the Prince wanted him to come out. Someone reached out to Wilder and his team, and Wilder ended up in Saudi Arabia. So we need to get a little bit more context on why Wilder, why not Tyson Fury. Now, I'm going to be watching to see with Wilder returning between May and June, right? If he fights in Saudi, which nothing wrong with that. But Tyson Fury doesn't. And then when Wilder has his next fight, and if it's in Saudi or somewhere else, but if this year Tyson Fury doesn't have a fight in Saudi, then we got to come back to this conversation to try to understand why Wilder said it doesn't matter who you are, if they can't have a relationship with you, a conversation, or get to know you, they're not just going to put money in your pocket. And when you look how Tyson Fury was saying he wanted 500 million, pounds or dollars or whatever, and that got shot down, and we're thinking, hey, he felt comfortable asking for that kind of money because the Kinahan connection, these are just things that we're having conversations about, right? Trying to make sense of it. We don't have proof of anything. We're just trying to make sense of it. And then you come down and see that the fight didn't happen, and Wilder says these things. We could be heading down the wrong path here. I don't know. So I gotta come back to the drawing board and sort this out. But I think I'm gonna leave the video right there because we're almost at the 20-minute mark. But more to come on Deontay Wilder. My man says he's 46-0 with 45 KOs. I really wish, because, he likes to talk. I can't wait till he decides to actually expound and shed some light on who told him that they know he was cheated. Because when he was talking about it, he was glowing. you could see like he was like, he was more like, I told you. That was his energy. It's not what he said, but that was his energy. Like, I told you. Thank God someone else out here sees it and believes it, and someone else out here knows what happened. I'm not crazy. Like, that was the energy coming off of him. So if he was told that before he encountered Tyson Fury, that could be why he just saw him as like, hey, blessings, 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 whatever, you know what I mean? Because that makes sense that he probably just like, look at this in his head. Maybe he's like, hey, what's up? All right, man. Yeah, blessings, clown. People are on to you, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, for me, I would just have a tough time letting my guard down. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, man. I ain't letting my guard down nowhere I go. That's just not me, period. I can't do it at all. But that being said, more to come on it. But if it's all positive, if everything is on the up and up, I'm all for it. We need a little more context on what it was, who told him what they told him, and where's their proof that they know? Like, how do they know? We're out here trying to piece it together. Deontay Wilder says there's no proof, but what is it that these people out there know behind the scenes who had the conversation with him? And I wish we can get that, but who knows? We never know. We may get it, we may not, but I hope we do. That being said, y'all keep cool. Wilder seems like he's going to be back very soon. But more to come on him and his situation. Shout out to the veterans. I'm in the breeze.